recognized symbol of excellence for your entertainment.
The music is great.
Mötley Crüe,
The way they dress.
They're cute.
They're awesome. You know, they're just...
Totally babes. My parents like them.
Yeah.
Welcome to Machino Music, the show that puts the music in Machino music, with your host, me, Brett Strong. Today on Machino Music, it's Mötley Crüe, album ranking. Been a long time coming for this one. Shout at the devil. Good afternoon, everybody. Mötley Crüe album ranking, that's what we're doing here today. Long awaited. I put it in the community tab a while back and never got around to it. I couldn't make it happen, but for whatever reason, it's happening now. Actually, I should get a Mötley Crüe shirt on. All right, there, I'm in a Mötley Crüe shirt. Got kind of a setup here. Actually got this blanket, this Shout at the Devil blanket. Very, very cozy. I just stretched it out. I can't really see it, but I just stretched it out on the table. I could just fall asleep right here. This thing's so cozy. Now, before we really get into this, I should say... I don't want to get into the drama of the band. It's unfortunate that, I've done Kiss shows and you have to worry about Kiss and all the drama, like, oh, this guy and this new member and this guy screwed this guy. Mick Mars carried the band all the years. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's just ugly that, these bands that I love and that, maybe some of you love, it's just all this drama that has to happen. And I don't want to get into it. That's all I'm really going to say about it. If you want to, take Mick Mars' side and whatever, you want to say Vince Neil looks like the abominable snowman from the 1964 Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you can go ahead and say that. But it's just like, as I say in a lot of these, just shut up and enjoy the music. Because that's what I try to do. I don't listen to all the drama and stuff. I just want to talk about the band that I love. A lot of these songs mean a lot to me. This band means a lot to me. And I've listened to Mick Mars' solo album, and it's actually pretty good. I think it's great that we got a Mick Mars solo album. And that Mötley Crüe are continuing on with John 5, who I'm a big fan of. Love his work in Rob Zombie. So, there's good for everyone if you just shut up and enjoy the music. And that's what we're going to do here. Just talk about the music and these songs and these albums that we love. Okay, here we go. So let's get right into it now. Coming at the bottom... no real surprise, Generation Swine. Not much to say about this one. It's Crüe trying to do the late 90s alternative thing. Doesn't quite work. I don't really remember much about this album. So, that's all I'm going to say about it. Next up, I know a lot of people love this album, but Mötley Crüe, the self-titled, with John Corabi. Vince Neil left the band for a bit, and... this one album, John Corabi came in. This is the album you like if you hate Mötley Crüe, especially if you hate Vince Neil. John Corabi is a better singer than Vince Neil. But the thing is, Vince Neil was never a great singer, especially live. Studio, he could sound really good, depending on, how it was mixed. But, everyone knows Vince Neil's not a great singer. It's just the energy that he brings to the band. But John Corabi was, a not bad fit. It is a really good album. But for me, it's just like, it's just not a lot of it really kind of stuck with me. Like, a lot of the songs to me really aren't that memorable. There's some really good ones, like Power to the Music I really like. But, I don't know, it just never really stuck with me for whatever reason. I know a lot of people love this album. I never really cared for it. But it is good. Not saying it's awful. Alright, next I'm going New Tattoo. What I like about this album is it's pretty different. It has Randy Castillo on drums. Tommy Lee had left. He was doing his Methods of Mayhem, or Methanes of Mayhem, as I always called them, because I'm very immature. But Randy Castillo, I mean, I always liked his work in Ozzy, so it was really cool hearing him play with Mötley Crüe. And there's some good tunes on here. Ones that, I mean, Punched in the Teeth by Love is just classic Mötley Crüe. Just a snarling, gnarly Mötley Crüe tune. Love it. Drag Strip Superstar, I don't mind. Hollywood Ending, I always thought that should have been the closing credits song for The Dirt. I mean, I know they're kind of going in like a certain era of the band because, you know, Tommy Lee didn't play on this. But still, it just would have been a great song to play at the end. Because they got their Hollywood ending. But I know they wanted to keep with, you know, the core members. They didn't want to have a Randy Castillo playing drum song. I get that. But it's a great tune. Should have been the end of credits song. Fake I like. You know, I don't like the last two songs on here. This song Porno Star, which kind of sounds like them trying to do, like, to me it always sounded like trying to do like the Blink-182 thing, and it just doesn't work, like kind of doing like a pop punk kind of feel. It just sounds like, just does not work. And also they do a cover of a song by the Tubes called White Punks on Dope. Don't really like that, so the last two tracks are not very good. But, you know, there's some good tunes on here, not bad. Next I'm going Saints of Los Angeles. There's some good tunes on here. I mean, for the title track alone, I think this one kind of ranks higher for me. I love Saints of Los Angeles. When that song was first released, whoa, that's like classic Mötley Crüe. Just totally dig that tune. I like The Animal in Me. Welcome to the Machine. Just Another Psycho, cool riff on that one. This Ain't a Love Song. Yeah. It's a pretty cool album. You know, these naked people forming a symbol on it. Yeah, strange album cover, but pretty cool album. All right, next I'm going Girls, Girls, Girls. This one's kind of grown on me over the years. I mean, Nikki Sixx had said, I mean, if they didn't have the song Wild Side, which is fantastic, one of my favorite Crüe tunes, just awesome, great song. But if they didn't have that and the title track Girls, 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 this album would have ended them. And, you know, you can kind of see it because there's some great songs on here, but they're not, like, particularly memorable. I mean, it ends with a cover of Jailhouse Rock, a live cover of Jailhouse Rock, which is just, like, super fast. Does not sound particularly good, although I do really like Mick Mars' guitar solo on there. It's pretty crazy, insane guitar solo he's doing there. But it's just like, whoa. If that was, you know, if they didn't have those hits, you kind of see that, like, what the hell was it? Something for Nothing I like. Dancing on Glass is cool. Although, there is an unreleased track, a bonus track on this particular version. These Crucial Crüe compilations were really cool. But there's a song called Rodeo. That should have been the ballad. Why that went unreleased and why they didn't put it on this album, especially in place of You're All I Need, which is a pretty song, got, you know, a good power ballad, but it's about killing somebody. No, it's what it's about. No, I don't want to hear that. Not a particularly good, you know, subject matter for a power ballad. but Rodeo. I mean, maybe it's too close to Home Sweet Home, but dare I say, it's a better song than Home Sweet Home. I always dug it, and if you've never heard that song and you check it out, I mean, you just might flip over it because it's so good. And why it was never officially released and still kind of goes unknown. Because even in these liner notes here on this edition, Nikki Sixx says, like, he has comes like for that the song kind of leaked out even at the time. This was before the internet, but the song kind of leaked out, and people just flipped out over it. Like, what is this? Where this guy? It's a great tune. It's Home Sweet Home Part 2, basically, but dare I say, I dig it more than Home Sweet Home. But yeah, pretty good album. Like I said, it kind of grew on me over the years. All right, next I'm going Theater of Pain. This is where they went fully glam. This magazine cover is what they looked like at the time. I like that Nikki Sixx outfit. I always like that polka dot outfit. That looks really cool. But this is like where they kind of went fully glam. The production on this, I mean, I had a cassette tape of this original, which I thought sounded better than this mix. This Crucial Crew did not sound, I don't know, the way they cleaned it up, it just sounds kind of like the plastic that it's printed on. But yeah, but I like City Boy Blues. Like their cover of Brownsville Station, Smoking in the Boys' Room, and that music video having Michael Berryman, cult actor Michael Berryman, playing a teacher. I mean, that's just inspired casting right there.
Jimmy, I'm afraid that we owe you an apology.
One more time! Smoking in the boys' room.
Who thought to get Michael Berryman? It's great. Of course, Home Sweet Home. Tonight We Need a Lover. So great. One of my favorite songs on this album. Could be my favorite song on the album. Just love that tune. Use It or Lose It, which I think is actually one of my favorite Mötley Crüe songs, and I think probably Tommy Lee's greatest drum performance. I mean, he's just going insane on that tune. Just love that. Just absolutely love that song. I mean, Tommy Lee's doing great. I mean, it's really cool, really well written, great tune. And Fight for Your Rights, always like that closer. Yeah, pretty good album. Dig it. Okay, next I'm going Shout at the Devil. Got my Shout at the Devil blanket, one of my Shout at the Devil shirts on. You think this would be number one. For a lot of people, this would be number one. I mean, this one could be. I mean, ask me on the day, maybe this would be my number one. I don't know, or a bit higher. The thing is with this album, it's so great. Probably a little bit of burnout on it, maybe. I don't know. But, I mean, sometimes I would say this is my favorite album. I mean, so many great songs. I mean, this is like Mötley Crüe. This is heavy metal Mötley Crüe. This is them at the height of their powers, where people think, and this was the band. They should have stayed this band, you know? The leather and spikes. Yeah. Got the glam thing going on, but still it's dark, it's heavy. The title track is awesome. One of my favorite Crüe tunes. Love it. Looks That Kill, of course, is great. Bastard, which ended up on the PMRC Filthy 15. God Bless the Children of the Beast, great. Mick Mars, instrumental, love that. Love the cover of Helter Skelter. I mean, because that was kind of like a proto-heavy metal song. The Beatles didn't know what they were creating. They didn't know the monster they were creating. I think Mötley Crüe did the best, just pure heavy metal cover of that tune. Absolutely love it. Red Hot, one of my favorite Crüe tunes. Love it. Too Young to Fall in Love, another one I absolutely love, one of my favorite Crüe tunes. The only song I don't really like on here is 10 Seconds to Love. I mean, it's just a stupid song. I mean, we know what it's about. But it's just dumb. I think it's just a dumb song. It's just a stupid song. They should have put the unreleased song, I Will Survive, in that spot. That's a really cool tune. So there's a bonus track on here. And Danger, it closed it out. But yeah, I think like I Will Survive and Danger probably would have gone pretty well together, back to back. I mean, that's really the only song I don't really like on here is 10 Seconds to Love. But everything else on here, I mean, this album is just so classic. Could be my number one at probably, or number two at any other time, but I don't know. We're in the top two, everybody. Now I'm explaining myself. I gotta go Dr. Feelgood. I mean, this is the first Mötley Crüe album that I really heard. Like, really just like, when I was starting to get really back into heavy metal in the late 90s, I remember this was the album, first full one I heard, and just the way it hits you. I mean, it's just that opening track. I mean, TNT, Terror in Tinseltown, just sort of this little beat, like, it's just sort of like a little sketch, and it's like, whoa, what is this? And then goes right into Dr. Feelgood. That heavy, heavy guitar riff. Love that song. And apparently it was kind of written almost kind of like a Bruce Springsteen kind of vibe. Like, tell a story. Nikki Sixx was giving advice, well, tell a story. They were sober for the first time on this record. So they're trying to put together as big as an epic as record as they can. They got Bob Rock producing, superstar producer Bob Rock. Really got the sound compact. The production on this is insane. Slice of Your Pie, dig. Rattlesnake Shake, which is interesting because at the same time, same year, Skid Row put out their debut album. They also had a song called Rattlesnake Shake. Parallel Thinking. They're totally different songs. That was a big spit I just did right there. But yeah, so it's interesting that, the two bands had a song called Rattlesnake Shake at the same time, the same year. Let's just keep going here. I'm just rambling on for no particular reason. Kickstart My Heart, of course. Without You's a good ballad. Same Old Situation. It's about lesbianism. Record label didn't even know. They wanted to put that as a single. They had no idea. And then, what are you listening to? Listen to the words of songs. But yeah, fun tune. Don't Go Away, Mad, Just Go Away. Great song, one of my favorite Crüe tunes. Love that one. But yeah. This is the first one. So I have a connection. I have a close connection to this album. But what is my number one? Kind of always has been the debut, Too Fast for Love. I mean, this album is like, this is a band saying, here we are, this is who we are. Like, this is just a statement of a record. I mean, this just started the whole glam metal thing. It just blew the doors off of the entire industry of what was going on at the time. I mean, it's just, whoa. Nobody heard anything like this before. It's got a punk vibe to it. It's heavy metal. It's just, whoa, what is this? Livewire, great. Come On and Dance, 2 songs where Tommy Lee is just playing the hell out of a cowbell. Never did that in anything else, or at least as noticeably. But yeah, dig that. Merry-Go-Round, which is like almost like a ballad, but it's not like too much of a ballad. It's like it's like heavy, but it's also kind of soft. Oh, great tune, love it. Piece of Your Action, which is my favorite Mötley Crüe song. I just love that. So I guess that's why I puts it up, has my favorite Crüe tune on it. The title track is great, On With The Show, which is like the story of Nikki Sixx. His origin story on that tune. The only song I don't really like on here is Starry Eyes. I mean, they should have put the bonus track on it, which was in their early set list, the song Stick to Your Guns. That could have gone in the place of Starry Eyes. Or even their cover of the Raspberries tune Tonight, which is really good. But other than that tune, I think this is like a perfect album. Everything on this is great. Such a great debut. One of the greatest debuts in all of heavy metal, heavy music. So yeah. Big Mötley Crüe fan. That's how I like these albums. If you like them differently, that's perfectly okay. And as I said before, we're not going to get into the drama of this band. We're just celebrating the great music that this band, the impact that they've made. I mean, they're one of my favorite bands of all time. When I first heard Mötley Crüe, I was like, wow, this is really cool. It's just, the songwriting, it's different. They were a very different band. They stood out. I think because they pioneered the whole glam metal thing. They really the first band to really blow it up. Because Van Halen, it sort of like planted the seeds for what would become sort of glam metal, hair metal, whatever you want to call it. But Mötley Crüe were the first band to kind of take everything that what Van Halen was doing, Kiss was doing, like the theatrics and the sort of California Sunset Strip vibe, and just the party vibe that was going on at that time, and just all put it together and really make it into a revolution. Huge Mötley Crüe fan, and if you're a fan, I hope you enjoyed this. That's it for this week. Until we meet again, this is Brett Strong saying good journey.